From the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It is Monday, October 31st, 2016. I'm Paula Degnan in for Ann Gownley. A fire Sunday afternoon in Weatherly. It broke out at a home at 1006 North Street around 3 o'clock. Firefighters responded quickly and made quick work to keep it from spreading, leaving minimal damage. No one was injured, and so far, no word on a cause. A crash just before 6:30 this morning on I-81 North in Butler Township left one driver with only minor injuries. State police at Hazleton investigating say a vehicle driven by William Piacenti of McAdoo was on the side of the road due to an electrical issue. Another vehicle driven by Jonathan Nieves Delgado struck that vehicle. The West Hazleton man's vehicle overturned, spun 180 degrees, and caught fire in the center of both northbound lanes. He was taken for treatment of minor injuries. No word on what caused that crash. Today, a former Wilkes-Barre police lieutenant admitted to molesting a child. 78-year-old Gerald Cookus of Mayock Street in Wilkes-Barre admitted in April to inappropriately touching an 8-year-old girl while the two were together inside a private residence. The former Wilkes University security guard, who recently was a security greeter at Solomon Plains Junior High School, now faces a maximum sentence of 7 years in prison. He must also register with the Pennsylvania State Police for life as a sex offender. His sentencing is scheduled for February 7th. A grease fire caused damage to a home on Hazleton's northwest side last night. The fire broke out around 10 o'clock at 617 West 3rd Street. When firefighters arrived, the fire had begun to spread from the stove. They knocked it down, though the home suffered what they called moderate damage. There were no injuries. Wilkes-Barre police arrested a man for allegedly stabbing 3 people Saturday. 47-year-old James Harris is in county prison on $100,000 bail. Police responded to a call on Grant Street in the Heights about 2 a.m. A man flagged them down, saying there were stabbing victims inside the house and pointing to the suspect, who was then running away. He was later taken into custody after a brief chase. In all, there were 3 victims, though police said their injuries were minor. Wilkes-Barre police investigating an assault near King's College. It happened late Friday night or early Saturday morning on East Jackson Street. That's near the St. Vincent de Paul Soup Kitchen. A man said he was jumped by 2 men who hit him in the face and knocked him unconscious. He described the assailants as 2 black males. The assault was enough for King's to issue a warning to students. The candidates for Congress in the 11th District have a debate this Thursday. Republican incumbent U.S. Representative Lou Barletta and his Democratic challenger Mike Marsicano will be sharing their views with voters. That's scheduled for 7 p.m. on WVIA TV. And more polls in the news. The CBS Battleground poll has Hillary Clinton leading Donald Trump in Pennsylvania 48 to 40%. The poll included results from several battleground states. Most of the others were closer. Clinton had held a lead of at least 5 points in Pennsylvania since September. However, the sample is relatively small, about 400 voters. There's also a poll showing a dead heat in the Senate race. The Allentown Morning Call Muhlenberg College poll shows incumbent Republican Pat Toomey and Democratic challenger Kathleen McGinty tied at 41%. Both have high negatives, with Toomey getting a 36% unfavorable rating, McGinty getting a 40% unfavorable. This poll was conducted among 420 likely voters. One local business is holding a fundraiser for the McAdoo Playground this weekend. The Strand Roller Rink will host the fundraiser this Saturday and will include the oldies band, The Legends, as well as a buffet. Doors open at 5:30. The band takes the stage at 7. The menu for the event, a variety of foods.
We have chicken fingers, we got meatballs, pierogies, ziti, There'll be salad and breads, all kinds of desserts and pastries, and then coffee and water will be included with the buffet.
All the money raised will go toward fixing the McAdoo playgrounds next spring, and the band will be playing classics from the 50s through the 70s.
Oldies band, they'll be playing everything from 50s, 60s to 70s music. They also play down Knoebel, so they are well known. So they'll put on a wonderful show here. We have a great spread of food for everyone to eat, to enjoy, and then all the proceeds are going to the McAdoo playgrounds. Not one specific playground or park, but we're hoping to raise money just for equipment in general to do some work at all the playgrounds this coming spring.
Tickets are $20 in advance, $25 at the door, and here's how you can get tickets in advance.
You do not need a reservation. Tickets will also be available at the door as well as in advance. If you'd like an advance ticket, just contact the rink at 570-929-2224 or 435-RINK. We could definitely get you a ticket in advance. You can also purchase tickets online through our website, thestrandmcadoo.com, and you can find more information also on our Facebook page that will link you to the advance tickets as well.
Again, for more information, you can visit www.thestrandmcadoo.com. Time now for a first look at our Halloween forecast. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik in the Weather Center with the Halloween details. Joe?
Yeah, it's looking good out there for the trick-or-treaters. Should be dry with all things considered. Pretty nice this time of year. We know what can happen Halloween time. We've already had snow for Halloween, not this year at all. We got some warmer temperatures to talk about. How about temperatures in the 60s? I got those in the 7-day forecast. I'll explain coming up in just a few. Paula?
Very nice. Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, it is Halloween. WILN's Abby Piskel takes us to a local parade and one very special Halloween house. Plus, it's Medical Monday. Don't go away.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, video journalists Mike Lula and Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Gary Perna, Abby Piskel, and Aaron Harvey. Sports with Eric DeBerardinis and John Eric Poli, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik.
At All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you not only get the vehicle that you want,
you also get the lowest financing options.
We also deliver unmatched service.
Whether you're in need of a work truck, have an active family lifestyle, or simply want to show off your fun, adventurous side, All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has a wide variety of inventory to choose from. It's the Ram Power Days and Jeep Celebration event. Stop in today.
Lots of politicians talk about the issues. Lou Barletta actually gets things done. He saved taxpayers over $3 billion with common sense reforms, led the fight against the devastating opioid epidemic, specifically protecting infants born with addiction, restored funding for vital after-school programs, and rescued our fire departments when Obamacare threatened to force them to shut down. Lou Barletta, he doesn't just talk, he actually gets things done.
I'm Lou Barletta, and I approve this message.
Weatherwood is a privately owned 200-bed nursing and rehabilitation center in the quiet town of Weatherly, Pennsylvania. The rehab center offers the highest level of personalized care for your therapy experience. Whispering Meadows is a 50-bed secure dementia unit in our facility. Weatherwood also offers Medicare-certified home health care services within the community, including therapies, skilled nursing, and certified nursing assistants. Whether you need short-term, long-term, or respite stay, call or stop by for a tour. 570-427-8683.
It is Happy Halloween and festivities are happening all over the area. WILN's Abby Piskel has some of the details.
Happy Halloween.
Today is a day where people dress up in costumes and children get to go trick-or-treating. Although some Halloween festivities have to wait until after school, some schools allow students to get dressed up and have a Halloween parade.
Today is our annual Halloween festivities here at Holy Family Academy. We've just finished a dance for all of our students. It started at about 8:45 this morning. we're going to have our Halloween parade. As you can see, a lot of the parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles have come to visit us today, just to take a look at some of the kinds of things, the fun things we have here at Holy Family.
I'm dressed as a Philadelphia Eagle player, and I love them.
Halloween isn't just for kids. One couple who live in Weatherly always decorate their house to bring in a large crowd. They invite everyone to their home at 133 Plain Street, right on the main road in Weatherly, and it's a house that you surely can't miss.
Halloween is really about a time of expression for children and adults, and a time that you could really be yourself and enjoy the holiday. I promise you'll get a scare if you come by tonight, and we look forward to having people not just from Weatherly, but from other towns to bring them into the community to really see what it's all about.
If you're taking your child out trick-or-treating, fellow parents provided some of their favorite safety tips.
We just go to people that we basically know, and family members, and just make sure she's well lit and safely displayed, so she doesn't, no issues with cars, or we check our treats very well to make sure there's nothing funky about them, right?
We go with them, and we pretty much drive because there's not many lights on in Hazleton area anymore.
If you're planning on staying in and handing out candy, there are certain ways that children can get involved.
We love to hear jokes and hear songs, or maybe see them do a little dance.
My favorite joke is, what did the ocean say to the sand? Nothing, it just waved.
We here at WILN want to wish everyone a safe and happy Halloween.
Trick or treat, happy Halloween. Trick or treat, happy Halloween.
For WILN News, I'm Abby Piskel.
Absolutely love her. Love her with the curlers in her hair. I think I know her. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast. I'm not sure. I think he's going as a meteorologist this year. Plus, it is Medical Monday, and Ting O will be here. Don't you go away.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Minutes away. That's right, you're just minutes away from a great deal on a new car, truck, or SUV from Barber Ford. Two great locations, Exeter and Hazleton. The best deals on America's #1 brand are just 19 minutes from Scranton, 15 minutes from Wilkes-Barre, 12 minutes from Old Forge, 18 minutes from Mountaintop, and 28 minutes from Berwick. Barber Ford in Exeter and Barber Ford in Hazleton. Start your new car search today at barberautogroup.com, where nobody sells for less.
Since 2001, Hazleton Imaging has been offering the best care, a staff that is kind and courteous, and a radiologist on site. Hazleton Imaging is less expensive than most hospitals, and they offer self-pay pricing. Call Hazleton Imaging today at 570-501-SCAN.
Sal's Septic Service for cesspools and septic tank cleaning, and Marola's Garage for car and truck inspection and repairs. If it has wheels, Marola's can fix it. Call Sal's Septic and Marola's Garage at 570-956-4782.
Not a bad evening across our area, just a few high, thin cirrus clouds brewing as the sun starts to set across our area. Dry tonight, dry tomorrow, and we even have some 60s to talk about in the 7-day forecast, and might be the last of the 60s for the year. Who knows though? We've already had some mild weather in November, even in December at times. So we'll see what ends up happening, but at least for now we can talk about what's going on outside, and temperature-wise, that's not doing too bad, with all things considered. We know how chilly and how cold the weather can get this time of year. We are in the 40s outside, and those winds really not much of a factor. They're practically non-existent across our area. So how did we do temperature-wise for the day? Really didn't go too far from 43. How about 44? That's all we can do. That was this afternoon. Started out this morning On a chilly note, 35 degrees and a wind gust coming in at 21 miles per hour. Throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, well, we got the sunshine around, some clouds as well. Temperatures generally in the 40s, some areas in the 50s, and actually some areas near 60 degrees, including Philadelphia, where it's coming in the mid to upper 50s. Again, it's going to be dry throughout the rest of the evening and nighttime hours, and tomorrow shaping up to be pretty nice as well. So, taking a look at those winds across our area, again, it's for the most part, really don't have to worry much about those as we head into the evening hours. Going into tomorrow, still going to be kind of chilly across our area, but a little bit milder than today, in the 50s. And when I say chilly, that means compared to Wednesday and Thursday, where it's going to be warmer. I had to put those two in. All right, 62 degrees for both Wednesday and Thursday. A couple of showers around for Thursday, and that's going to pave the way for some cooler conditions as we start going into our Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. High temperatures generally in the 40s only to near 50 degrees, a mix of sun and clouds. And some of those overnight lows, again, for the most part, dropping into the 40s the next couple of nights. But then after that, we're going to be dropping down into the 30s for overnight low temperature. So again, going into the middle part of the week, Wednesday and Thursday, hopefully you'll enjoy those nice mild temperatures in the 60s, because very well, it might be the last we see of them until next year. But we'll keep you posted. Stick around. We'll have a lot more for you coming up after the break.
It's Octoburger. The sale's so big they named a month after it. Only at Burger Mazda, Route 93, Hazleton.
If a 2016 Mazda 3i Sport, lease it for only $175 a month. Or this 2016 Mazda 6i Sport, lease it for only $195 a month. And this 2016 Mazda CX-5 Sport, it's all-wheel drive, lease it for only $205 a month.
It's Octoburger. The sale's so big they named a month after it. Only at Burger Mazda, Route 93, Hazleton.
Burger family dealerships, drive with experience.
WYLN has strong ties to the community and it's committed to important causes like the American Cancer Society and Helping Hands Society telethons. WYLN's commitment to Pennsylvania continues with the broadcast of Hazleton's Fun Fest Parade and the Christmas and St. Patrick's Day parades in Wilkes-Barre. In the summer, we broadcast the Weatherly and Giants Despair Hillclimbs. And throughout the year, we provide important community services through the broadcast of town meetings, school board meetings, election night coverage, and other community events. WYLN, we're your local network.
It's Medical Monday here on WYLN with Ting O from Physical Therapy and Balance Centers in Hazleton. And this week, Ting O tells us about surgery. Ting O, take it away.
So most people make the assumption that when you tear a muscle or a tendon, the only way that you can fix that is to have surgery. Well, some of the recent research that's been coming out, especially for the rotator cuff of the shoulder, has found that you don't necessarily need to have surgery to get better, because you can get the same results by undergoing a physical therapy / exercise program. In a recent study that was done, 75% of people that had a full thickness rotator cuff tear actually did well and were able to avoid surgery after completing a physical therapy program. Why is this so? Because it's kind of counterintuitive. Well, some of the research that's been done on rotator cuff surgeries and repairs show that between 20 to 90% of those surgeries actually don't hold up. So in those cases, the success of the surgery is not dependent on that rotator cuff tendon staying intact. So that brings the question, what is it that creates the benefit after surgery? And in my opinion, after looking at the research, it could be the post-operative protocols and management that happen, including physical therapy, which is key in managing after surgery. So if you do have a degenerative tear of the rotator cuff, it may be worthwhile to try something like a physical therapy program before you consider surgery, because you may be one of those lucky 75% that can manage and do well in life without surgery. The key to rehabilitation of the shoulder is to work at the problems that occur after a tear, such as helping with inflammation, helping with soft tissue tightness, and also helping with the mobility of the shoulder. Once you can address some of those problems, the pain settles down, and at that point you can get into an exercise program. And they found with rotator cuff injuries, the key to an exercise program is an eccentric loading program of the shoulder. An eccentric loading program is focused on a muscle contracting when the muscle is actually lengthening. It's a little complicated to do on your own, so having the guidance of a physical therapist can be beneficial at that point. Usually after completing a 6 to 12 week program, a lot of people do very well and are able to continue with their normal function. So if you have any questions or have torn muscles in the rotator cuff, feel free to give us a call at Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. We offer a free question and answer session. We can check you out and see if you would be a candidate to participate in a physical therapy program prior to considering a surgical option.
Call Physical Therapy and Balance Centers for a free 20-minute question and answer session. 501-1808. Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, 1324 North Church Street in Hazel Township, or visit them online at hazeltonpt.com.
Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. It's spelled different because we are different. Physical is unlike any therapy center you've been to before. If you're tired of living in pain, if you want to move better, overcome an injury or balance disorder, or you just want to improve your strength and conditioning, our highly skilled team of medical experts will help you get back to living the life you enjoy. New mentality, new body, new life. Get physical.
I'm Gary Perna. I was born and raised here in Clare, Schuylkill County. I'm proud to be a part of the WYLN team, and I'm excited to be part as WYLN brings communities together through the power of television.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
It's Monday, which may bring blues for some people, but for Hazleton native Joe Madden and the Cubs, it's Monday Fun Day. Last night, the Cubs raised the W victory flag with their 3-2 victory, forcing a Game 6. Madden made a bold move going with his closer in the 7th inning, but it paid off. Here's Madden on his decision.
I talked to Chappie before the game. He was aware of being ready in the 7th inning. So we had that all in play. Johnny did a great job. I just felt in talking to him that it was the right time to get him out. You know, he was pushing pretty hard there to get those outs.
Game 6 is set for tomorrow night at 8:08. Last year's Cy Young winner Jake Arrieta will be on the mound for the Cubs. The MLB postseason's coming to an end, while high school football is just starting their postseason. But before we get into the football postseason and previews, let's enjoy the last week of the regular season for just one more day with our Friday recap. We'll go to North Schuylkill first, where the Spartan fans are cheering on their team as they host Pottsville. If Pottsville wins, they'll take the Schuylkill League Championship, but first they'll need to stop Major Jordan. Here, Jordan takes a screen pass and runs for a big gain. Jordan would get the Spartans down the field, but Doug Weiss will get intercepted in the end zone by Jacob Roots. That'll keep this game scoreless. Ensuing drive, Pottsville quarterback Eric Wapansky with a deep pass to Tyler Timberlake. However, the Crimson Tide couldn't get a score. In the second quarter, the Spartans would draw first blood when Weiss connects with Bobby Wagner, and Wagner turns on the Jets and sprints into the end zone. The Spartans' PAT would be no good, but they lead 6-0. Next drive for Pottsville, Lipinski would get picked off, but they would bounce back to get the win 15-9, and the Crimson Tide win the Schuylkill League Championship. Now to Marion Catholic, where Tamaka was getting fired up for the second half with a 7-0 lead. First drive of the half, Michael Neary gets the carry for Marion, but he's stripped, and Nate Doyle will jump on it for the Blue Raiders. That fumble would set up this. Nick Brenner with a monster run. He knocks over defenders and will even carry one into the end zone for a score. Extra point would be no good. Next drive, Marion QB Ethan Kaczynski's forced out of the pocket. He'll lose the ball and Tamaqua will jump on it, giving them their second takeaway of the second half. Following the fumble, Doyle, who was big on defense before, now comes up big on offense. He uses a big run to set up 1st and goal for the Blue Raiders. A few plays later, it's now 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line. Thad Zuber finds a leaping Casey Rother for a touchdown. Marion gets shut out by Tamaqua. Final score, 27-0. Baseball and football coming to an end means that basketball season is close. And today, the Associated Press announced the top 25 teams for college basketball. Here's a look at teams 21 through 25. Take a look at number 23, Rhode Island. Probably the highest they've been ranked since Lamar Odom was there in the 1990s. Teams 16 through 20 with no surprises: UCLA, St. Mary's, UConn, Syracuse, and West Virginia. There's no surprises in the top 15 either: Indiana, Sparty, Louisville, Zaga, and Purdue. Now to the top 10. Last year's national runner-up, North Carolina, will start the year at number 6. And following them is Xavier, Virginia, Wisconsin, and Arizona. And now the top 5. The Oregon Ducks come in at number 5. Defending national champs Villanova, number 4. They got 4 first-place votes. Kansas and Kentucky are 3 and 2. And the preseason number 1, getting 58 out of 65 first-place votes, the Duke Blue Devils. That's all for sports. Up next, Joe Garbacik is back with another look at our forecast.
Personal cancer care is close to home. The Cancer Treatment Center at Hazleton has been providing radiation therapies to cancer patients for 30 years. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with cancer and need radiation therapy and would like to learn more about our treatments, let our compassionate, experienced team of experts help you. No reason to travel out of town for same services that are only minutes away from your home. The Cancer Treatment Center at Hazleton, 1701 East Broad Street in Hazleton. Close to home.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Watch Off the Beaten Path on WYLN TV 35 and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. You'll meet John Miner, an athlete, a businessman who went a little bit too far with his training, thanks to Dr. John and some great self-discipline. He's back on the trail, and he's got a partner running with him now too. His story this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
All right, we got temperatures in the 50s heading into tomorrow, not looking too bad. If you think tomorrow's not too bad, then, as Tony Taggart would say, Wednesday and Thursday. Paula, what would he say?
They're great.
Temperatures in the 60s for Wednesday and Thursday. A couple of showers around for Thursday, and that's going to pave the way for some cooler conditions. Generally 40s to near 50 degrees Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
I have to get my grass cut again tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Wednesday.
Yeah, that'd be the day to do it.
Partly sunny.
Sure thing. Yeah.
Get rid of some of my leaves. Hey, sports boy.
What's up?
Mike Moran. Our Mike Moran going to the World Series.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Did you hear that?
I heard about it.
Did you hear that?
He'll be working doing audio, but it's all right. That's still a really cool experience. I wish I could do it.
I was going to say that he was going to be throwing out the first pitch, or he was going to be down with Joe Madden, but no, he is going to be working audio. So yay, Mike. And you give
Mike, he'll do some other things as well.
Probably.
You just know it.
And you give our Cubbies a good one. And how about this? Are you ready? Happy Halloween. I'm a news diva. Of course. You want to try it?
Very nice.
There you go.
I'm a weather diva.
There. And you can